Jeez, right? But how? Brandon's to the faster lap time.
No.
Okay. So, guys, remember also if you
Everyone except for Brandon.
Justin took me out in the last corner.
Justin, you put me like a wide in turn 2.
I beautifully blocked. Yeah, I beautifully blocked past Caden into the third corner.
Yeah. For Brandon, kind of thing. What?
Yeah, but everybody mustn't be retard going into turn 1 or turn 2. Oaks break normally.
Yeah, like be careful.
Don't try and make up 15 positions and take everybody out.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, also some of the what do you say?
He makes a fair point, though.
Testing. Cool. I can't hear Sean for some reason, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, and I got a big red target on my back saying, "Take me out, take me out."
You have net type.
Okay, RideFast ESport. I'm just sharing it to the Facebook page quickly.
Yeah, I'm also gonna stream it.
Don't take me out again, Justin.
If you do, guys, just remember, if you do get taken out, it's not the end of the world. Races have been won from the dirt before on this, so
yeah. I mean, I crashed first corner and I was third, and within the second corner.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay,
cool,
so
Tom, are you gonna keep our chat on the stream?
Should I? I don't mind. PG-18,
Sean, you're leaving in any case.
I'm also gonna go to game chat.
Okay, I'm just sharing quickly. Just give me one more second. I'm gonna put you guys into qualifying so long. It's Red Bull Ring first, eh?
Yeah. 12.
Okay.
Justin, please don't take us out.
Please,
yeah,
Justin, don't
please, guys, just think when you're gonna do an overtake.
Trust me, me and Brandon have been practicing, and we've had lackadices, and we just touch each other and we don't fall. So it really is fun if you guys just fight.
There's only 2 of you though.
Hey, listen, whoa, this is PG ratings here, guys. Okay, mute away. Okay, have fun, practice away.
I'm going to game chat.
Yeah, same, yeah.
I will be leaving the party now, or should I leave you guys in the party while I commentate?
You can. No,
yeah, it's not safe. Okay, hopefully this thing posted now.
You're right behind me.
Alright, let's go. Time for qualifying.
Okay. Let me do this quickly. So, okay, welcome to RideFast ESport MotoGP round 7, or event 7 of the ESport Championship. I'm going to leave the party now, guys, so I don't distract you. Okay, there we go. Guys are in very high spirits. We've selected our teams randomly. So we changed things up for the RideFast ESport Championship. Event 7, we at the Red Bull A1 ring in Austria. And we've got quite a few competitors. We've got nine races tonight in total. So you'll see a couple of things that you haven't seen before. And we randomly selected some teams. We're currently following Ghost around. He is yet to set a time. It looks like Rusty's just about to set a time. So we'll just join on him and see what he does when he crosses the line. He sets the benchmark at a 123. You can see that usually sporting the Ducati, factory Ducati, he has been selected randomly the Monster Yamaha team. So he has set the benchmark of a 123.617, but looks like Slade's on a good lap. So Slade on the Petronas Yamaha randomly selected. Looks like he's set to go a little bit quicker and set to 122.3. So good time by him. Bravoy and Himmel in 7th and 9th. We call him Bravoy because I don't feel like saying Die Breitang every time. Himmel goes second with a 0.6 off. Rusty goes down. And Slade still in first. Lut is currently on PBs. He selected the Pramac Ducati. So he's looking pretty quick so far in the sector. Goes 3 oranges, not reds. So it's his personal best, not necessarily a top time. But looking good nonetheless. So just let's go through our teams quickly. Justin, or the Bravoy, or Die Breitang, selected the Monster Energy Yamaha team alongside Rusty. So I'll just go and see. There he is, the Monster Yamaha. Usually we see him on the Repsol Honda. Looking a little bit shaky on that Monster Yamaha, but nonetheless still good and putting some good lap times in. Our championship leader, Brandon, has selected the factory Suzuki by random pick, and amazingly enough, the two Yamaha Monster teammates from old have both selected factory Suzuki's randomly together. So that was quite an interesting way of things working out. So we've got Brandon on the Suzuki and we've got Himmel on the Suzuki. So Slade's still going quicker than not only his first time, but also in the first sector. And Breitang goes third. So our penalties are on strict, and also for this race we've got collisions on, which means the guys are going to have to be extremely careful when doing overtakes, and they're going to have to be extremely careful in those first typed right-handers on the circuit, because we will be imposing penalties if the guys are a little bit reckless and careless with the passing. So Brandon busy on the Suzuki, he's our championship leader by quite some way. First race that we've seen him in this championship on the blue and silver Suzuki, but looking solid there in that first and second. Goes orange Slade, actually better this time they weren't looking, and did a 121.8. But Brandon quick in that third sector, nice and smooth, easy through there. Let's see if he's able to improve. He definitely will move up, but I see, yep, moves up just under Slade's time. So it's Slade in first, with just over 3 minutes to go left in this qualifying. Brandon in second, Suzuki. Diemel in third, Suzuki. So Suzuki's are doing very well. Nice to see. While Lurt is also going with some personal best times. Ghost yet to set a time. Let's have a look. And Ghost, I think, was the only one that... Yeah, he selected the LCR Honda. And if I'm not mistaken, PDP. Let's see, yeah, PDP is on the Aprilia. So PDP... The Aprilia is sounding really one of the nicest sounding bikes that we've got on the hood. It's got a really low V revving sound, almost like a V-twin motor. But looking nice on that Aprilia. Really hope that Aprilia do something solid in the next couple of races of this season and when it does get underway. And then Caden is just on the Pramac Ducati there, just in front of PvP. So Slade still with the fastest time of a 122.8. On the Patronus Yamaha. Got some company around him. Looks like the guys are getting a little bit close there, might be able to get some slip screens. Goes down in the first corner. Tricky first corners these. Difficult to get a hold of. So Bravo's there in the Monster Yamaha in third place. Only 0.3 off. Not that far off. Ghost now finally putting a lap together. Goes personal bests around there. And he goes, but stays, oh, he moves up to 7. So he gets ahead of PDP. Gets ahead of Caden as well. Himmel putting some personal bests there as well. Let's watch him a bit and see how he does on this. Could this be, no, 1 minute left. Might still be able to squeeze in another lap before the end of qualifying. But still putting personal best sectors together and only 1 second off the leader, so if he keeps this pace and keeps it nice and steady, we should see him move up from 4th place, maybe to start on the front row ahead of Bravo. And goes personal best, reduces the time but stays in 4th, but manages to cross the line full. Lurt also now doing personal best, currently in 5th. That pushes Emil back even further. So very good job by Lurt there on the Pramac Ducati. We know that Ducatis are in real life unbeaten on the circuit. So in the virtual world, in qualifying for it, or at least if there's any indications to go by, could very easily lose that title. Brandon in red sector 3. So let's join on Brandon and see if he moves up yet. Crosses the line. I don't know if he got a cross just in time, but it looks like for the first time in quite a while we'll see Brandon start in 2nd place. On the starting grid, and looks like Slade's wrapped up and done everything he can to get pole. So good job there by Slade. Brandon in 2nd. Bright time in 3rd. Lurt 4th. Emil 5th. Ghost, good job there, 6th to move up ahead of Caden. And PDP and the Aprilia in 8th place. So no orange sectors, no personal best, so cut the corner, he'll zap that lap 1 count. So he'll stay in 8th place. Nobody else going quicker yet, so that looks like our positions for the start of this race. So there we go. Confirm our times, and Slade with a 121.8, 4.4, only 3,000ths of a second off is Brandon on the Suzuki. The Brighton 300th of a second off on the Yamaha. So Yamaha, Suzuki, Yamaha. Then we've got on the second row Lurt on the Ducati, Himmel on the Suzuki, and Ghost on the Honda. And then Caden on the Ducati and PDP on the Aprilia. So we're in for quite a race now. Our first A-League race with where the guys have to be a bit careful with their collisions. We'll wait for PDP and Ghost and Caden to ready up, and then we'll start this race. Hopefully everyone gets through the first corner unscathed, but I have my reservations whether that is going to be the case or not. But the guys know what to do. If they do go down, get back in it straight away and make sure there's some hopefully good clean racing. Get Rusty back onto his TV director role, and we should have things underway shortly. Watch the first corner, see who gets the whole shot. Two Suzuki's in front, Yamaha runs wide. It looks like everyone pretty much got there through cleaning. No one going down, so that's a good sign. Good racing by all of them. Now the second corner, which is always a bit tricky. Somebody diving up the inside there. Suzuki going down all in his own. That was Himmel, good luck. Brandon's still in the lead. Slade in second. And De Bruytong in third. Slade makes a move for the inside. Nice and clean move there by Slade. And Brandon gives him a little bit of room so that they don't touch. So good racing there by both of them. And De Bruytong in third. Oh, unfortunately, Slade getting caught out there just on the outside of Brandon. And the two came together. So we'll just have to unfortunately see what happens there. looks like one of the other guys went down as well. And in between all that, we've had De Bruyton move into first, and Brandon now in second place. So we'll see if he's able to make a nice wide line there. Gets maybe a nice sweep onto the straight, but Boy's looking good there in that Mazda Yamaha. Brandon in second in Suzuki, and PDP in third, which is Yamaha there is just their PDP and their Aprilia in third, so good showing by PDP on the Aprilia. Ghost in fifth, Lurt in sixth. On the Pramac Ducati, Caden just behind him on the other Pramac Ducati. And Slade playing catch up at the back after going down. He's going to have to turn that pole position into doing better. But we rejoin at the front. Brandon making a move for the outside of De Bruyton. A little bit close there, but De Bruyton losing the front end. And now he has to pick it up and move on. So PDP now, Aprilia is doing fantastically well. PDP in second place. Brandon getting a 2.93 second lead now. So normal systems resume for our championship leader, albeit in a different bike. And PDP in second, that Aprilia being hunted down now by Yamaha. So Yamaha Beersen only just about half a second behind PDP on the Aprilia. And Ghost got a very good, a little bit close there. Yamaha going down, just try to squeeze it up the inside, couldn't make it work, lost the front. So Yamaha dropping back. Now Ghost finds himself in third place on that LCR Honda, so good job there by Ghost, keeping things steady. And now finds himself in a very safe third spot. Lurt going down in the background. So we've got a Suzuki in first. We've got an Aprilia in second. And a Honda in third. So nice mixed up of manufacturers to take up the top three spots, but I think that Suzuki of Yamaha is going to definitely try and make a push to get past Ghost and that LCR Honda. But Yamaha knows that he can't make the same mistake as last time and drop even further back, because now he's got De Bruyton right behind him, not far off. Will he make a push for the inside? Yeah, has a look, just squeezes. This is where he lost it the last time, but good playing there by Ghost as well, just gives it a little bit of room, knows he's making a push but still gets the drive up this top hill straight into this tricky right-hander. Gets it on the front wheel, runs a little bit wide, goes onto the gravel, but incredibly he does keep it upright, doesn't go down, loses 2 places, but now we've got a Suzuki in third place. So Brandon leading now by 6 seconds on that Suzuki. PDP in second on the Aprilia, still holding steady, with a 3.5 second advantage over De Bruyton, who's now found to work his way back up into third place on the Monster Yamaha. Scratched and dinged up Monster Yamaha, as you can see, been down the road once or twice. And Slade now, who was lost, is now in fourth. A little bit too, gets pushed a little bit too hard in that first corner and Slade goes down. I don't know why he was making such a hard push to get up the inside of De Bruyton, but nonetheless, that won't be working out for him this time. So falls behind Himmel in the standings. Himmel goes to 6th, and Slade goes down again. Unfortunately, our pole sitter relegated to 7th place. So let's have a look at PDP, because he's doing a really good job of holding that 2nd place steady. Gets a nice sideways shot onto this left right. I don't think he's been down at all that far. It looks like it's rolled straight off the showroom floor, and has got a 2.6 second advantage over De Bruyton. So we'll have a nice, I think best probably result here if PDP is able to hold it together for the next 2 laps for Aprilia. And then we've got De Bruyton and Ghost in close contention for that final podium spot. And Ghost makes a play for the inside, doesn't get it, goes down, and looks like he might lose that position to Himmel in 5th position. So there's Ghost, there's Himmel and the Suzuki. Late on the brakes as Ghost wants to hold on to that position in 4th. But Himmel's not going to let him have it. I think we'll see something on the brakes here by Himmel in one of these upcoming turns. Yep, there we go. Himmel moves up briefly into 4th, gets past Ghost. A little bit wide there. Inside, touches the grass. Let's see if they're able to hold it together. Oof, so close. Where did Himmel go? Ran very wide there. And Ghost will get the drive onto this little final stretch. So Ghost dives up the inside, and then all of a sudden we've got Lurt as well that's taken the both of them. So Ghost trying desperately to hold on to that 4th place. We've got a 4-rider battle now for the 4th position. And it looks like PDP is also caught right up to the back of. Oh dear. So accident there in the first corner. A couple of riders going down. De Bruyton comes out in 3rd, Ghost still holds on to 4th. So here's the battle for 2nd place. De Bruyton now taking 2nd over PDP. Nobody goes down. PDP gave him the room to get through. And PDP is going to be happy to get 16 points in the bag for 3rd place. De Bruyton doing a very good job there of clawing that 2nd place back. Albeit he's 12 seconds off Brandon, who's been faultless and flawless on this. Slows down at the end. Enough time to cross the line gently and take the win. Full 25 points in the bag for our championship leader. De Bruyton finishes 2nd. PDP finishes 3rd. Ghost gets 4th position on the LCR Honda. Good job by him, followed by Himmel and the Suzuki. Slade just able to pip Caden to the line and pick up 7th, and Caden getting a 8th position. So good, not a bad race, good race overall. And considering this is the guys' first race with collisions on, a couple of instances here and there. But otherwise, good fair racing. So Brandon, I went on the Suzuki. Suzuki takes the win. De Bruyton, PDP, goes to Himmel, Lurt, Slade and Caden. We're off to second race of the evening now. Let's see if we can get, there we go, we got Rusty back in. And we'll wait for the guys to ready up. Okay, so we at Silverstone. Sean's managed to get back in to the lobby. Let's have a look at what's happening. Very long lap track this, if I can put it that way. Silverstone. We're following Ghost on the LCR Honda while it's still got its wings and polish. And Lurt, they're going quick in sector 1. Followed closely by Yamel. So let's join on them. Ghost doing a good job there. So Lurt on the Pramac Ducati, just behind Ghost. Also on the Pramac Ducati is Lurt, running the test carbon colours. And I'm not too sure, but I stand corrected, there's a reason why Lurt has got the pink boots and the pink helmet and the pink gloves and the pink number. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, he'll probably confirm this with me later, but there's a big drive at the moment, especially within the gaming circles, on various platforms and various games, to recognise and pay respect to the women in our community that often sometimes have to struggle against their male competitors, although they quite easily show them the way how to do things in their chosen games. I know in Call of Duty there's a big push for that as well, and some of the guys don't have manners and treat them quite badly in the game chats, And that's not the way we do things, not the way we should be doing things as men and individuals. So nice to do it as a little tribute. Wearing the pink gloves, the pink boots, and the pink helmet, and the pink number. Really cool. So Brendan there in 7th at the moment. While we were chatting, Brendan did set a quickest lap time of 157.1. Brandon looks like he might take that over. Let's just join him as he crosses the line. Let's see what he does. Yes, he does. 155.8. That is fast. So 155.8 for Brandon on a Suzuki. Our championship leader, Himmel, busy setting a quick time there as well. On the other Suzuki, also in the final sector, nice liveried helmet with the South African flag. Very bright, almost Rastafarian look. Gets a good drive over there. He goes third, 2.3 seconds off Brandon. So the two teammates, the dynamic duo of Himmel and Brandon, putting those Suzuki's to good effect on the Silverstone circuit. So Ghost there fourth, doing PBs. He's going to cross the line and goes third. So good showing by Ghost. Did a good job in the first race. Didn't qualify so well in the first race, but definitely upped his game in the qualifying for this second race. While Slade puts his lap together. See, he's in his last sector, down this back straight into the final complex section. Long left, and flick it to the double right-hander. One apex there, one a little bit wide, another apex there, another one wide, and then final cross apex here. See if he's able to move up from 5th. He does, he moves to 2nd, so wow, that was quick as well. Only 0.3 off of Brandon's time, which is amazing. So good job there by Slade. Setting a much quicker time than all of the rest of the field except Brandon. And only 0.3 or 300ths of a second off of Brandon's time. So going quickest in that first sector, he's got a red already. And if he carries on and doesn't make any terrible mistakes, he should be able to beat Brandon's time and take his second pole of the evening. On the curves, nice and wide, a little bit wide there, nice and, I was going to say, wide line. Let's see if he keeps his second sector red. Brandon's going red in his first sector. Slade goes orange, so it isn't quicker than Brandon there. But with another red sector, still in with a shot because his time is pretty close. Rusty also going, so we're seeing a lot of orange sectors in the bottom of the field there. And what we've tended to notice with the faster guys, they've obviously got their setups done, worked out, and those bikes usually look smooth. They don't look out of control. They look like they're carrying fast, smooth lines, and they're very much in control of what they were doing and what they are doing. So Brandon red sectors 1 and 2. Slade into the last corner. We don't know how far off he is off of Brandon's time, but keeps second, improves though. And now only 100th on the second off of Brandon's time. Brandon loses a bit of time in that third sector. So Suzuki, the Arai helmet that Brandon's got, really looking nice. And he will go 155.8 was his previous time. Doesn't improve yet. So stays on 155.8. Ghost does improve though. He improves to third. Takes over third over the Ibaitan. Himmel currently putting his personal best together. So let's just join on him and see how far he is into his last sector. currently in 7th, 1.7 seconds off. Just about keeping up, moves up one position into 6th place. And unbelievably, Brandon going even quicker in that first sector again. So just over a minute and a half of this qualifying session to go. PDP pushing the limits. This is the back straight. Very easy to confuse this back straight. Oh, sorry, that was the front straight. As I said, very easy to confuse the front straight pit complex with the back straight pit complex. They look very similar. So let's join on Rusty. See how he's faring on that Monster Yamaha. A little bit dinged up, but I'm sure nothing that will affect his race times. 1.6 seconds off the pace. Still has a little bit of work to do. Just to find that time somewhere in these sectors. Currently going to his personal best times in his last sector now. Into the, I called it a double right, but it's more the triple right into this main straight now. Currently in 7th, carries the corner speed through, moves up to 5th. So has improved, knocks Lurton Himmel back, and now only just over a second off of Brandon's time, which is still sitting at a 155.8. So it doesn't look like anyone is close enough to restart another lap with 6 seconds to go. So we will see what happens. But Rusty going quick in that first sector. Loses a bit in the second sector, so I'm not too sure if he'll be able to make up that time. But look at Slade. Slade managed to sneak in the start of a lap there. Looking very smooth on that Petronas Yamaha. Red sector 1 and 2. Brandon also putting a red sector in that second. Slade coming to the end of his sector now, with 3 reds in the bag. Has to get a 4th red, which is the most important, to get that pole position, but looking solidly smooth through this last sector. Rusty moves up to 4th, so he'll get a second row start. And here comes Slade, and Slade just unable to get over the line to get that 6 thousandths of a second off of Brandon. So incredible there, 155.8 by Brandon, 155.806 by Slade. Lurt in second with a 156.4, 156.5, also very close between Lurt and Rusty, 156.7, 157.8 by Ghost and Brighton. Himmel a little bit behind with 157.3, PDP 157.4, and 2 minutes for Caden. So I get the feeling that although the Red Bull Ring has a tighter first corner, we're going to see some action in this first corner simply because the guys aren't going to be as careful as they are on the Red Bull Ring. That first corner, but it's going to be tricky. There are going to be accidents. Guys are going to go down, but they have to keep cool heads because we've seen them come back into the races and recover. To get some decent positions. So here we are on the grid. Suzuki in pole by 8 thousandths of a second. Brandon holds it, followed closely by Slade on that Petronas Yamaha. That's first and second. So let's follow Brandon. Start of the race, there we go. Guys have to keep steady lines here, be careful not to take each other out. Brandon gets a nice clean start there into the first corner. A couple of guys going down in the background, including Brandon's teammate Daniel. Didn't get an eye on how that happened, but we've got Brandon in first. Nice clean start for him. We've got Lurt in second, Slade in third, Rusty in fourth. To the top four getting away cleanly. De Brighton in fifth. He went down somewhere there, goes back to seventh. Ghost in sixth. PDP on the Aprilia in fifth behind Rusty. He might have been one of those first corner casualties. Yamel bringing up in 8th place. Just getting past Caden. He has to do some recovery work. The Brighton going down there. So Yamel going up to 7th. So we've got still Brandon in second, Lurt in second, and unfortunately running wide there, and it looked like Slade went down in third place. So Rusty should be able to pick up the pieces. Lurt a little bit on the grass there, but gets a good run out onto this back straight. So Rusty moves up to third, followed closely by Slade and then Ghost. Rusty goes down, loses the front in that long left-hander, hard on the brakes, difficult turn. So we've got Lurt back up to second place. Got quite a gap now, 4 seconds to Slade's. We'll see with Slade's pace if he's able to make that time up on Lurt. Followed by Ghost on the LCR Honda in 4th. Yamel, solid work there by him. Consistency, even though going down earlier on up to 5th place, only 1 second off Ghost. And then Rusty recovering on the Monster Yamaha up to 6th. Behind, or in front of, his teammate, De Brighton. So let's keep an eye on these two for a sec. Looks like Yamel's closing on Ghost. Sponsors aren't going to be happy, Monster, to see how badly that bike is scratched up. But it looks like Justin trying to go around the outside of Rusty and makes it work somehow. So runs a little bit wide but holds the line. Rusty pushing for the inside. These two having a hard tussle. But Rusty now in 7th place behind De Brighton. So let's see if the two can work together and not push each other too hard to make up some time on Himmel, who's now in 5th place behind Ghost. Doesn't lose the front this time, Rusty. So back to the front, Brandon has a 3-second lead over Lurt, who has a 1.8-second lead over Slade, and then followed by Ghost and Himmel. Himmel trying to do everything he can to get onto the back of Ghost. And then we've got Rusty in 7th. The Brighton in 6th, but I think there might be some penalties there because my screen is showing the two are other way around. So Slade just has still about 1.5-2 seconds to make up. And now we see Himmel closing all the time, and there goes Ghost down, unfortunately, and gives the position over to Himmel without too much of a fuss. So very wide there by Himmel, but keeps it back on track, and Ghost loses his position to the Brighton. So he's going to have some work to do as well. It looked like Rusty going down there in the background. Nice and neatly, safe back on track, not interfering with everyone else's line. So Brandon unscratched and unscathed holds a 4-second lead over Lurt, who is coming under a little bit of pressure now. Touches the grass, but we'll see now. Lurch in 2nd, Slade in 3rd. Now sticker there by Lurch. Slade slowly catching, slowly making up a few seconds here and there. Sector here. Getting closer and closer to Lewis. Oh, just about touches the back of Lurt there, gives him a bit of a warning while Ghost goes down in the background. So does the Brighton. So we'll stay on this battle with Slade. Being very patient with just over, well, I think just over 1 lap to go. Slade having a very mature and clever racer in 3rd, just keeping Lurch under pressure. Makes a little bit of a mistake there going into this right hander, will run a little bit wide, he'll lose a bit of time there. And gives us an opportunity to look back and see Himmel, who's worked his way up to 4th with all the other guys that have gone down behind him. So the Brighton now in 5th, no one around him. Ghost in 6th, no one around him. Caden in 8th. And PDP there in 9th. We're on the last lap now with Brandon. That is the back straight that I was talking about earlier. Lurt 2nd, Slade 3rd, Slade just over half a second. Himmel got a very lonely race there in 4th place, followed by the Brighton and Ghost. then crossing the line. Brandon's our winner, set race 2. Normal order resumes. Slade got second place there. So while we shifted over to Brandon, we must have lost Lewis somewhere along the line. And still losing Lewis. So Lewis loses it on the line. And it looks like he lost it to Himmel in second. And the bright time now crossing the line in 6th place. Rusty. Nice helmet there, Caden, and with Caden. So we'll confirm the times and see where the penalties leave us. So Brandon in first with a best lap of 1:55.6, although Slade did a 1:55 flat. So good time there by Slade. Himmel gets third on the Suzuki just on that last sector. Lurt picks up 4th, Rusty 5th. The Brighton with these penalties unfortunately relegated to 6th. Caden picks up a strong 7th. PDP on the Aprilia in 8th and Ghost in 9th place. So thanks for joining us on this RideFast Magazine ESport Event 7. We'll see you on Thursday for the B-League and the Moto2 action with collisions on.